Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for inviting me to attend the conference 10 Years in the European Environment during the Environment Week. This is a conference marking an anniversary which is important for both Romania and for the European Union. And I will take the opportunity to share some thoughts on what you have achieved for the environment and for Romania's citizens since you joined the EU, and also the outlook for the future. But first, let me say that the European Commission shares the main goals of Romania's environmental policy, that is, to secure a high level of protection for the citizens and for the environment, to ensure the preservation of natural assets and break the vicious circle of environmental degradation, and to ensure a sustainable development of the country whilst creating new economic opportunities. So, 10 years after Romania's accession to the EU, where do things stand in the environmental field? Pre-accession, Romania was confronted with many challenges in the environmental field. Indeed, a number of challenges still need to be tackled. But a number of improvements have been registered in Romania's environmental performance. As a new member state, Romania is still catching up with the rest of the EU, and it has already succeeded to a considerable extent in a complex and in a sensitive domain. A lot of progress has been achieved by applying the EU rules in this field. In particular, Romania has managed to transpose the environmental requirements agreed at EU level into its own national legislation. You cooperate well with other member states and the European Union institutions in a number of areas. For instance, through the Danube strategy, in which, together with Hungary, you coordinate the environmental risks priority area of the strategy. Progress has also been achieved in a number of areas. This progress is beneficial for the environment, for the citizens, and for the economy alike. And I will refer to some examples. In the water sector, the drinking water and wastewater infrastructure has been modernized. The quality of drinking water is monitored. You have great expertise in this area, and you should maintain and develop it. In the field of nature protection, the network of the protected sites is in place. The management plans for Natura 2000 sites are developed. There have been investments in restoration and conservation measures. This is essential in order to protect the rich and diverse natural environment of Romania. Derelict and polluted sites have been rehabilitated and decontaminated, for instance, in Hunedoara and Caraseverin. In the urban environment, sustainable urban transport systems have multiplied in the major cities, for example, in Bucharest and Ploiești, amongst others. They reduce greenhouse gas emissions and air pollution. Are there still challenges? Yes, challenges remain, as in other EU member states. But you have reasons to be optimistic and reasons to face such challenges courageously and pragmatically. Romania can perform much better in areas where a sound knowledge base and good practices already exist. This is particularly the case of waste management. This remains the most significant environmental challenge for Romania relating to waste management, and this must be given priority. A more efficient absorption of EU funds to support the implementation of EU requirements, the improvement of the monitoring networks and the assessment methods in the management of water resources. The effort needed to face these challenges may be considerable, but meeting them will create opportunities for the sustainable development of your country. For instance, it has been estimated that compliance with the existing EU waste legislation could create more than 29,000 jobs in Romania. It can increase the annual turnover of the waste sector by over 3 billion euros. In addition, transforming the Romanian economy from linear to circular will make it more sustainable and will make it more competitive. Support for the transition towards a low-carbon and circular economy would create new jobs in services, jobs such as the innovative maintenance and repair and in designing and making new, more sustainable products. Other specific areas of macroeconomic relevance include green public procurement, investments in waste and water infrastructure. It includes sustainable construction, critical raw materials, biofuels and biochemicals, as well as energy and climate-related investment. Ladies and gentlemen, to conclude, I note with satisfaction that a lot of progress has been accomplished in the last 10 years. Future prospects are good for your countries, and I am very confident that Romania will be keen to advance effectively in many important environmental files when it takes over the presidency of the EU Council in January 2019. With your engagement and with your collective efforts and the EU support and funds in complement, together we can make a significant difference. So my best wishes for a fruitful conference, and thank you for your kind attention.